Hey, we're Marketing Box. Today we're going to talk about how to have success through failure.
It's a really interesting concept, huh?
Right, so we had a student ask a very great question. We talk a lot about failing fast and succeeding fast.
Yep.
And so they asked, how do you not lose clients in the process of failing?
Yeah, and I think this goes back to, when we were talking about this, it goes back to setting proper expectations, right? So, the bottom line is when you're working with a customer and it's a new engagement, there's going to be trial and error in the beginning, right? The trial and error is really not the problem. It's when you don't let the client know that, hey, there's going to be a process that we have to go through. Here's the process that we have to go through. It could include this, this, and this. We do our best to alleviate those things where there are no breaks. But listen, that's the way the marketing world works is we take a client on, we have several different strategies and thoughts. Until you actually put those into play, you have no idea what's going to succeed and what's not going to succeed. Based on your best educated guess, you think you know, and that's why you made that decision. But really, the rubber meets the road when you put that money out there and you see the way it converts, right? So being flexible and being able to, we're pushing to get to a point where things are not working the way they're supposed to, because that's where then we know we've pushed up against the line, right? So that's really the way it's setting the expectations. If you told your customer, Mike just used the analogy that of somebody building a house. When they build a house, you have a timeline, you have a schedule, you have a expected delivery date when your house is going to be done. But the contractor's providing you with that roadmap, right? And the reason why you become comfortable with that as a somebody that's building a house is because now they've given you some visibility into the process. Otherwise, you're out in the dark and your mind's playing tricks on. Your mind's a powerful thing. And so you'll be thinking, I wonder why they're not doing this. I wonder why they're not doing this. I wonder if they're on schedule. I wonder if they're not. So setting those expectations, setting that roadmap, here's what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to test a lot of things up front. In that testing process, we're going to learn what works and sometimes what doesn't work, right? So once we realize what doesn't work, that gets scratched off the list. That's now not a tactic that we have to try again. So really it's about if you want to be able to do things the right way, which is test and test aggressively so you can get to a winning answer, you have to set the right expectations, and failure is a part of the process. So embrace it. Don't run away from it.
Love that. So it's being transparent about the process. You have to set those clear expectations. And I've heard you say it before. We'll try our best. And if we can't figure it out, we'll fire ourselves.
In 90 days, if we can't figure out how to create a marketing plan that's going to make our customers' business thrive, then we fire ourselves. You don't have to, just because, listen, it's better off for you to go work with someone else because we, in all of our experience, have not been able to figure it out. So, welcome this part of things. And if your agency, hey, businesses, if your agencies are not talking to you about that, about, this approach, and they're not laying out a plan for you, it's always going to include trial and error in the beginning. So I would look for a new agency if that's the case.